how to find out the partial derivative of this math. Now, don't be intimidated at first thinking, oh my God, this is such a big math and this might be so tough, whatnot. Let's just solve it step by step and you'll understand what happened over here. So, my bad. At first, when we do del z of del x, now we're differentiating this math in terms of x. And if you notice, in terms of x, there's actually two functions or two terms or two elements, however you want to say it. This is one element and this entire ln function is another element. Why? Because this is one independent function of x, but the ln is again another function of x. So over here, what we need to do is we need to do d dx of uv, which is equals to u d dx of v plus v d dx of u, which simply means over here at first we have to consider the x3 as a constant and we have to do differentiation of ln, and then for the second part we have to consider the ln as the constant and differentiate xy. So simply let's just do that. Let's get started and do it so I don't bore you with more theory. At first, x3, we consider this as the constant, and then we have to do del x of ln 1 plus xy minus 3 to the power 5 plus, now the ln term becomes a constant, so we keep it as it is, and then we have to do the del x of x cube. So when we solve it, it comes to x cube, and then we know that ln x, the d dx of ln x is simply 1 by x. So we do the same over here. We write 1 by this entire thing. Let me actually highlight it. This entire thing, which is 1 plus xy minus 3 to the power minus 5. Now, inside of ln, this is another function of its own, right? Because when we do over here, when we do d dx of ln x, we're actually doing 1 by x, but at the same time, what is the function inside ln, which is x? We also do d dx of x, which just ultimately comes to 1, which is why we don't see it. But over here, this is not only ln x, but this is ln 1 plus x y to the power something. So now we also have to differentiate 1 plus xy minus 3 to the power 5 and then plus ln 1 plus xy to the power minus 3 by 5 del x of x cube simply becomes 3x squared. Now, when we solve this part, it becomes x cube. Let me actually put this below. So this becomes x cube divided by 1 plus xy to the power minus 3 by 5. Now, 1 is a constant, so this is 0 plus over here, the element or the variable with respect to which we are differentiating is x. So everything else other than x becomes a constant. So over here, y is a constant, and when we differentiate x, it becomes 1 into y to the power minus 3 by 5, and then we have plus ln 1 plus xy to the power minus 3 by 5, 3x squared. So if I'm simplifying this math even more, this becomes x cube plus y minus 3 to the power divided by 5 divided by 1 plus xy minus 3 by 5 plus ln, let me actually put 3x squared in the beginning. So this becomes 3x squared ln 1 plus xy minus 3 by 5 to the power minus 3 by 5. My bad, when I did this math for the answer, of del z by del x, I wrote plus sign over here. So this plus sign won't be here actually. This is actually multiplied directly with the y element. So this is x cubed. Let me actually bring it closer. This is actually x cubed into y to the power of minus 3 by 5. And the rest of the math is fine. Now, how do we solve this math for y? This will be our second part. And this is a bit easier if you ask me. And don't worry, don't be scared. I'll show you how. So over here, remember when we're doing partial derivative, everything else we're doing del z by del y. So everything else other than y in that function becomes a constant. So over here, x cube is a constant. We don't need to worry about doing uv over here as well because uv does not exist. So x cube is a constant, and when we differentiate this term, it becomes 1 by 1 plus xy to the power minus 3 by 5. And now when we do del y of 1 plus xy to the power minus 3 by 5, if I show you, same thing, x cube 1 plus xy to the power minus 3 by 5, and then 1 is a constant, so 0. And over here, x is a constant because we're differentiating with respect to y. So x, and then the power of y becomes into minus 3 by 5. Since minus 3 by 5 is the power of y, it will automatically come to the beginning, and then y becomes minus 3 by 5 minus 1, sorry, the power of y, which if I just solve over here, it's a shame I can do calculus, but I can't solve these maths on my own. My bad. Okay, minus 8 by 5. Got it. So this becomes minus 8 by 5. Minus 8 by 5. So if I'm putting it, simplifying it even further, this math becomes minus x to the power 4, 3 by 5, y minus this over 1 plus xy to the power minus 3 by 5. And I could bring this 5 at the bottom, and the 3 is at the top, x to the power 4, y to the power minus 8 by 5. And this 5 comes in the bottom, which stands as this. And this is basically how you solve this math.